Good afternoon, class. I am Ray B. Blanco, your teacher in Philippine Politics and Governance. Before we start our topic for today, let us first know the definition of politics and governance. Now, what is politics and governance? Politics is often defined as the art of governance. It talks about government, institution, power, order, and the ideals of justice, while governance is to steer or governing or of directing and controlling a group of people or a state. It is the exercise of power or authority by political leaders for the well-being of their country's citizen or subject. For our first topic, what are the basic characteristics of the Philippine government? So we have 7 characteristics of Philippine government. Number 1 is democratic, res publica or republicanism, constitutional, liberal, presidential, unitary, and decentralized. Now, what is democratic? Or in other words, democracy. So democracy means demos or people, and kratin means power, meaning the power emanates from the people, okay? People are given the power to select their rulers. Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. Then we have minimal or procedural and optimal or substantive. Minimal or procedural is the presence of free and fair elections, so citizens are given the right to select their leaders, while optimal or substantive is the will of the people is effected through government. People have a say in their destinies or charting their destinies. Then we have republican or republicanism, from the Latin phrase res publica or public things, meaning for the people. It refers to the indirect rule of true representative. We elect people so that they may serve us in government. In this way, we simply lend our sovereignty or the absolute power to rule. We have to make sure that the people who have borrowed our power are not misusing or abusing it, meaning they have their accountability. Constitutional refers to the adherence to a system based on an impartial and objective rule of law. No one is above the law, everyone is equal under it, and no one takes the law onto their hands. All people are subject to the law, no matter what their status in life is, no matter what position they have in society. The law is supreme, meaning we are all equal in terms of the law, whether you're poor or rich, but in the law we are the same in accountability. Liberal comes from the Latin word liber, which means free. It refers to the protection of certain natural rights or freedoms such as the right to life, liberty, property, freedom of speech, of assembly, or religion. Liberalism believes in the individual capacity of people to develop themselves. Then we have presidential. As opposed to parliamentary form of government, central feature is the separation of powers among 2 equal branches of government. That is why we have the 3 branches of government, which are the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judiciary branch. This is to create the check and balance mechanism to avoid an over-concentration of powers. Presidential is headed by a chief executive, which is the president, who is not a member of of parliament. Then we have unitary. As opposed to federal, we only have one central government, with most of the decision-making and policy implementation powers. However, since the 1990s, we have started giving power or more power to the local governments through decentralization. Democracy and the 1987 Philippine Constitution establishes the foundation and structure of government, distributes powers to the three branches, sets the parameters for government behavior, and enumerates citizens' rights. The Constitution sets forth provision on how the citizens exercise their sovereignty. So, republicanism and check and balances. So, we have here the three branches of government, which are the legislative branch, executive branch, and judicial branch. The legislative branch is composed of 250 in-house of representatives. We have the lower house plus the 24 in the Senate or the upper house, which is the Philippine Congress. Then, for the executive branch, we have the president, the vice president, and all departments comprising around 1.4 or more than that million civil servants. And judicial branch is composed of the Supreme Courts, which has 15 justices, and all lower courts as appointed by the Supreme Court. Then we have the citizens' direct exercise of power. So number one, suffrage, the only regular exercise of democracy in a republican democracy. So this is why we have our free and fair elections. Then we have the initiative, wherein citizens have directly proposed public policy. We also have referendum. Citizens are asked for their concurrence or opposition to a proposed policy. Example given, cityhood. Then we have recall. Citizens are given the opportunity to withdraw their mandates from their elected officers. Then we have the Local Government Code, initiated the decentralization process in 1991 in the Philippines to address the Imperial Manila Syndrome, because prior to the creation of the Local Government Code, the only city which is powerful before is the Metro Manila. That is why we have created the local government to cascade more services to the government, or to the people rather. It provides significant powers and additional resources to the local government units and creates easier access to decision making as government is brought closer to the people. Why decentralization? So bakit ba natin kailangang mag-decentralization? Ano bang dapat gawin? Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng decentralization for administrative efficiency, increased participation, and more relevant solutions. Why? Since we have decentralization, mas madali na masolusyonan yung problema, lalo na doon sa mga barangay or sa mga liblib na lugar kung saan ang mga tao mismo doon ang nakakaalam kung ano yung mga problema nila na dapat nating solusyonan. Yun ang naging dahilan kaya nagkaroon ng decentralization. Then we have the types of local government. We have the city or the highly urbanized city, and down the line is the barangay. While on the other side is the province, municipality or component city, and the barangay. Then we have the citizens' participation or the civil society. The state shall encourage non-government, community-based, or sectoral organization that promote the welfare of the nations. Section 23 of Article 2 in the Philippine Constitution. By the way, sorry for the two letter D, no? There was a typographical error of this. Then we have the concept of the civil society, that organized groups of society that works for a defined public interest, usually non-stock, non-profit organization, synonymous with non-government organization and other sectoral organization. Their advocacies range from the environment, women's rights, anti-crime, youth, peace, community development, and many other public interest issues. For example, we have the Gawad Kalinga. Okay? We also have the Bantay Bata that protects the welfare of the children. And many other groups. Then we have the 5 local special bodies. Number 1, we have the Local Development Council. Number 2, the Local School Board. Number 3, the Local Health Board. Number 4, the Local Peace and Order Council. And the last is the Local PABC. The Local Development Council is the one in charge in developing the surroundings, or sila po yung council na naka-assign kung paano i-develop at magiging maganda ang isang munisipalidad. While local school board is the one in charge in the school. If there's a problem of the school and if there is an improvement in every facilities. While the local health board, sila ho yung nangangalaga sa kapakanan o panatilihing magiging healthy yung mga residente sa bawat barangay. Sila po yung tumitingin kung sapat ho ba ang mga gamot na kailangan para matugunan ang pangangailangan ng ating mga constituents. Then we have the Local Peace and Order Council. Sila ho ang in charge para mapanatiling maayos at mapayapa ang ating komunidad. And the last but not the least, the Local Public Bids and Awards Committee. Sila ho yung in charge para i-award kung kanino man na ginawaran o ma-approve ang kanilang bidding when it comes to projects sa ating mga barangay o sa munisipalidad. Then we have the conceptual paradigm for decentralization, socio-economic, political development. Then we have the people's participation and administrative efficiency. Kaya talaga nila create yung decentralization para matugunan ang kailangan ng ating mga mamamayan. Okay? That ends for our discussion for today. And please, as your assignment, look for the different veto power of the President for our next topic. Okay? Thank you and good day.